Trending live now on X. Quick question. How long do you think it should be for someone to date someone to be sure that they are getting married? Yeah. Should you have a specific months or amount of years that you should use to date someone so you could know them enough to marry? I've seen people say things like 3 months. I've seen some people say 6 months, some even 2 years. Never in my life heard about 10 or 12 or 15 years. But this particular story is one of resilience in love, resilience in care, or maybe should I say resilience in the number of years. Check this out. Nigerian couple marries after 13 years of dating in viral IKOYI ceremony. Maybe I need to move a little bit. This is a stunning story, I must say. A really stunning story. Now, check this out, guys. A Nigerian couple formalized their relationship with a civil wedding at the Federal Marriage Registry in IKOYI, Lagos, after dating since around 2012 and welcoming 2 children. The joyful video showing the bride dancing exuberantly while holding 1 toddler and the groom smiling with the other surfaced on September 30, 2025 and quickly gained traction online. The event highlights common delays in Nigerian marriages due to economic pressures, with about 40% of couples waiting over a decade amidst ongoing issues at the historic IKOYI registry, including reports of extortion. Is that statistics right? Because I know that sometimes grok can be crazy. 40% of marriages wait as much as 10 years? OMG. I can't believe that. But again, look at this video. Just look at this. It looks really good. Wow.
You know, if we go explain your heart, you say all the bandage where they pass. I fight to. The man cannot say it. It's not something that I will say in my mouth. But let me leave it for God. As a man. Because our people say that Otempo cannot say with all you see. I will not say it. But let God judge. You're a wise man.
Wow. I mean, it looks really fantastic from the surface. After 13 years, you finally get married to the person whom you are. I mean, the crazy part is that you're already living with this person and you're doing the marriage thing already. It's just that the ceremony and the certificate didn't come. Anyways, of course, you know, the reactions will be wild. Nigerians are that bizarre. Check this out. Anichibwike says, 2 bachelor's degree, 2 master's degree. Now, what you use, they do dating. Crazy, right? Philip Osaga says, Baba has tested her beyond limits before he put a ring on her finger. Gelson Lewis says, I always say that the kind of patience builds a foundation. This is a kind of patience that builds a foundation stronger than any quick romance. That's a love that's been tested and proven true. Yeah, I agree. But again, you don't have to go, you don't have to spend 13 years. What have you ever thought about what if they finally did not marry? Who bears the brunt? Those 2 kids would have a daunting task having to have 2 parents together in one place. And you could imagine how it is when a woman have 2 kids. You just know that her life continues on a particular trajectory that really never returns to a normal. You know, same for the man, because he's got to provide for them. And sometimes some men just bail and they really don't care because they would also have responsibility wherever it is that they're going to. So when they have an immediate responsibility. You just know that the next thing is they would abandon the ones that they first had with the woman that they once were with. So I don't know, not this amount of years. 13 years is way off the limits. This particular one says, why did missionaries blackmail us into believing that marriage exists only on paper? This perspective must change. I carried my bags from my father's house to your house and birthed two human beings for you. Then 13 years I have been committed to you, and that do not count as marriage. My dear, look, it's like a contract. Marriage in itself is like a contract. It's not you carry your bag and go to his house. It's not official. You can't say you are married to the person because you gave birth for the person. It's not done. There should be some sort of document showing that you guys were married. What if tomorrow he just denies that he has been telling you to leave the house and you just came to his house with your bags and without anything? Truly, what if? I'm asking. What if? So sometimes you just have to, beyond just saying the words or maybe knowing with each other that you guys are together. What happens when things go south? He can deny you. I mean, shit happens, my friend. Don't ever think that because you live with a person, you know them true and true. When things go south, you will be shocked at what's going to play out. This one says, I will break this record. I will do 17 years of relationship before we wed. Who would reach with the woman with is the woman we're looking at? Because again, you're not going to dump her. And this is part of the reasons why ladies go berserk. So you take away 17 years of someone's life and they are committed to you. Not that they did something to you or something. Like you guys dating and you promise, of course, within that period, you must have said you're going to marry them. And even if you don't, and then the bear kids for you, after going through that stress, you wake up one morning and say you're not doing it again, you're going to go and marry somebody else. If she takes a gun and kills you and kills herself, do you think, she'll practically be blamed for that? So sometimes you don't lead people on knowing that you're not going to do anything with them at the end of the day. You don't lead them on. Don't lead people on if you are not sure. If you are not going to do it, don't lead them on. Don't continue with them. Break it off so that they can actually find somebody else that can fit in. Don't lead people on, stay in there thinking that people are going to marry, thinking that they build their life around you, their future around you, everything around you. And all of a sudden, because there's no paper to it, there is nothing to it, you now start saying you're not going to marry her again. What then do you want her to do? And of course, the clock of a man is totally different from the clock of a woman. The clock of a man is different from the clock of a woman. The clock of a woman is different from the clock of a man. I mean, the man, even at 45, is still bouncing. Even though some people would think twice, at 45, you're not married. Why? But they say that that's even when life starts for the man. But for the woman, as soon as you clock 30, everybody start looking at you in a certain way, like, what's going on with you? You ain't getting man in sense of the house. What's going? Why you not showing us who your man is or something? The clock of the woman ticks faster than the man's. At 35, the woman seems to be old, but at 45, the man seems to be young, like it's ready. Still on the streets. Okay. Essence says 13 years old Pekin done the secondary school. Come on. You started early doesn't mean that somebody else can start late and don't meet up, or start late early and then still meet up. Hardy says, for a man to marry you, you need to show some values. Until he starts seeing these values in you, he will not marry you, regardless of how long the relationship has lasted. Soft Life Baby says, wait, did say God bless you to him or Chim? Or did she say God bless you to him or Chim? Okay. She didn't even know whether to call it 13 years of marriage or relationship. That's what happens when you put the cart before the horse. Should I even say happy married life? That's tautology. In everyone's eyes, they were already married, and now look at the cute twins. This woman know well. She's on a whole new vibe. Congratulations to her. Olumide Adam says she might be laughing, but this looks like a mental breakdown. Okay, maybe that's where you look at it. Looks like a doctor speaking. We know who's the real prize again, yeah? Or we're still gonna argue? Man, fear them well, small. Oh, I'm happy they married. You can imagine what the lady went through. The mobile pharmacist says 13 years of what? Their love is strong, oh, or they were just waiting for the official declaration of marriage. Chukzi says, but marriage is not an achievement. Why the drama? Okay. It may not be an achievement for you. I think, of course, that would come from a man. But again, even from the hindsight, some persons live for the moment. And even at that, there's this particular joy that comes with getting married to somebody who's the love of your life, and then they're with you and they're with you through and through. Over and above being a single person and then not wanting to marry. I'm not saying those who have refused or not wanting to marry are bad people or they're not cut out for the society. You have your rights. It is your choice not to get married. It's your choice not to, have kids. It's a choice. Everything you have to do is your choice. But then again, don't rub it off on people who think that their so-called relationships are one of the best things or one of the best achievements in their lives. Yeah, some people say it is. Some others say it isn't, but it's fine. If you say it is, then fine. If it's not, then it's okay. Taiwan says, I'm seeing patience in this comment section. 13 years patience as Jesus. The guy, after 13 years, realized nothing the outside. And to be honest, nothing the outside. Same race, different pathways. Easy, my sister. The man be like, this woman and my cross. Make I kukuma carry him like that. Get waiting, I want talk with fit cause wahala. But I did find lawyer with fit collect small payments like easy buy. Fear women, I dated this girl for 5 months. She said we should go to her dad because it's been long she last saw him. So I decided to tag along, only for the man to bring out marriage list for me. Long story short, Funke, anywhere you are, you go the shit. You are the what? You go the shit. Is he trying to abuse him or abuse her or what? Well, that's what we call deceit of some sorts. I assume this particular story might just be from the hindsight and just think through it. The story might be a situation where Funke must have been telling the father that he has a man, she has a man, she's going to bring the man, but and then this guy, of course, they are not that they are that close, or they may be close, but not that very close. So all of a sudden, this particular day, she says, okay, you know what, let's go to my dad, let's just go home and see my dad. And then this guy decided to tags along. And then because of the promise that she has made, she said, okay, I'm coming with my man. And then he comes, and then the next thing they're serving him with documents of the lists. Since you have been with my daughter, I think it's about time that you do something on top of our head before we start hearing stories. The guy said, this is unbelievable, unprecedented. But again, don't deceive people into that kind of thing. I mean, people would be on their own and commit to whatever it is that they want. They are committed to something. And you can't force people into committing to you. If you force them, they're going to be running out. Okay, so take things easy. Take it one step at a time. If they're not forthcoming about certain things or certain rules that you have placed for your life, go on with your life. Find something else. Find somebody else. Life continues. Those are my thoughts. Take care. See you in the next one.